That's now. You all have the slides.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So today we are on unit 4. We discussed what curriculum is. Then we moved to the curriculum development, the process. Then we came to the evaluation, implementation, and then we are ending with curriculum evaluation. So these are the objectives for this unit. So by the end of this unit, learners should be able to define curriculum evaluation in their own words, outline the purpose for curriculum evaluation, differentiate between the types of curriculum evaluation, explain the different approaches to curriculum evaluation. So this is the outline of it. We'll talk about the definitions. We have various definitions that we will discuss, and then we continue with the purpose, then we describe the types that we have, the formative evaluation and the summative evaluation. Then we end with the approaches to curriculum evaluation, where we have a lot of evaluations, but we will be focusing on just these two, the Tyler evaluation model and the Staffel Beams evaluation model. So let me ask this thing. What comes in mind when we talk about evaluation? Evaluation, the word evaluation in general, what comes in mind if we are to evaluate something? Sir Richard.
Okay, ma'am, when you talk of evaluation, the first thing that comes to mind is passing judgment on something.
Passing judgment on something.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your explanation. Madam Eunice.
Okay, I also say when you say evaluation, it's assessing something to know whether whatever you wanted the outcome to be was that way. So making assessment of something. Say evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you so, Madam Eunice. Madam Florence.
Please, when we talk about evaluation, it talks about assessing someone or people on what you have given them, and assessing people at the end of a course or a subject.
All right, thank you for your contribution, Madam Florence. I have Madam Rebecca.
Okay, please. I understand evaluation to be the process of gathering information to determine how effective something was. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Charity.
Madam, making implementation and assessing by the strengths and weakness of maybe information given. That's my idea.
Okay, that's also true. Madam Gloria, and then the last one will take it from Madam Felicity. So, Madam Gloria.
Madam, good morning. So, as my colleagues have just said, evaluation, I would say, is a way of gathering information and then to check the strength and weaknesses of an information given. Yes. So, as somebody just said.
Okay, thank you, then Madam Felicity.
Hello, Madam. Good morning. It's being used to assess the teaching methods and then the strategies of a teacher or a facilitator, and also help the teacher to assess the children too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's very good. Okay. everything that you said defines what evaluation, the word evaluation talks about. So let's move to what. So hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello, Ravi.
Okay. So from your understanding to evaluation, okay, let's link it to our curriculum, what we are doing. Okay. So curriculum evaluation is just in literal terms, in literal meaning, it's like evaluating the curriculum. Okay. So according to Ornstein and Hankins, 1998, they define curriculum evaluation as a process or a cluster of processes that is performed in order to gather data for deciding whether to accept, change, or eliminate something. Okay, so they're talking about the curriculum in general or an educational textbook in particular. Okay, so to them, when we are doing evaluation, it's not just a single activity. Okay, it involves a whole lot of processes. It involves some particular steps that we go through. Okay, that is used to gather helpful information, and this information will be used to decide whether they are going to accept the curriculum that has been implemented. Are they going to accept it, or are they going to make changes to it, or are they going to eliminate something based on the information that they gathered? Okay, so the changes is going to be in the curriculum in general or in an educational textbook in particular. So once the curriculum is ongoing or they are done with it, they ask students how they reacted to it. Okay, it can be through observation, through looking at student textbooks, through looking at the teachers pedagogies in class, looking at how effective something went. Okay, so all this information will then influence their final decision as to accept, change, or eliminate something, as Ornstein and Hankins said. And then Worthing and Sander also said it is a formal determination of the quality. Okay, it's a formal determination of the quality, effectiveness, or value of a product, value of a program, a project, a process, objective, or a curriculum. Okay, so it's not just a guesswork. We will be there and then you be like, okay, this thing that they are doing now, it's not really working. This teaching method that we gave we added to the curriculum that non-economic teachers are supposed to adopt, it's not really working. It's not guesswork. Okay, it's a formal activity. As Einstein said that it entails some processes. Okay, so it goes through a formal process to determine the quality of the curriculum, the effectiveness of it, or the worth or value of the program. We also have another definition as it is the process of studying the merit. Okay, when you talk about the merits, you're talking about the importance, advantages, or worth of some aspects or the whole of the curriculum in general. Okay, it's either some aspects of it or the whole curriculum in general. And the curriculum entails all the experiences from the students to the teachers to the textbook to everything, the ones that we plan, the ones that we didn't plan. Okay. It's a process of studying the worth of it. All those that we put in, all those activities that we put in, we are studying the worth of it. And then another definition also talks about the provision of information for the sake of facilitating decision making at various stages of the development process. We get information, and that information is used to make decision on if we are to continue with the curriculum or to make changes or to adopt something in the curriculum. So at every stage of the curriculum development process, it's not just at the end of the study, the curriculum implementation. It can be when they are developing the curriculum, okay, the implementation stage, and also the outcome stage 2. So McNeil also states that curriculum evaluation is an attempt to throw light on 2 questions. Okay, so the first one is, do planned learning opportunities, program, courses, and activities as developed and organized actually produce the desired results? The second one is, how can the curriculum offerings be best improved? So in evaluating the curriculum, this is the 2 questions that they ask themselves. Do all the learning experiences, the courses, the content, the resources, everything that they put into the curriculum as they develop, okay, did it actually produce the desired results as to the goals that they set, the objectives that they set, which made them choose some particulars or some specific topics to be learned, the goals that they set, which made them to choose some particular, rather than choosing a demonstration method, they chose a PBL method for students to use. They did actually produce what they intend to produce in students. Okay, and then they can also ask, how can the curriculum offerings be best improved? So based on information that they get, then they sit down to say, okay, how can we improve all the activities that we laid down, we wrote down, all the activities that we suggested that students should go through. How can we improve it to get our goal? Okay, that's what McNeil also says. And then Oliver also is defining curriculum evaluation as a process, just like Einstein and Hankins said. It's also a process. Okay, so a process of delineating, obtaining, and providing useful information. The emphasis is on useful information for judging decision alternatives. So, according to Oliver, curriculum evaluation involves these 3 key actions. First, delineating. Okay, so you clearly define the focus of your evaluation. What exactly do you want to evaluate? Is it the teaching methods? Is it the content? Is it the students' performances? Okay, you first have to have a goal, a clear focus on what you are going to evaluate, and then you obtain information. You gather information, so you can gather information through evidences, through tests, class exercise, assignments, project works. You can do observation, you can just pass out questionnaires, interviews, just to get information. Okay, and that information will be used will be given to the decision makers, those who are involved in making the curriculum, okay, to judge decisions alternatives, to make other decisions, to look at other alternatives of solving probably the problem on the ground. So the purpose of doing all this is to support better decision making. Okay. And the primary decision that they will take, the primary decision that they will take is kind of in a question form. Okay, they'll look at all the alternatives that they have. The alternatives that they have is to maintain the curriculum as it is. Either they are modifying it or eliminating the curriculum. So per the information that they get, the useful information that they get, okay, if they sit down as a committee, if they sit down as members of planning a curriculum, they ask them a question based on the information that we've gotten. There are activities here. Are we to maintain the curriculum as it is, looking at the class exercises of students in probably compare a rural area to an urban area to see how a particular content students were able to revolve around it, students were able to understand it. Okay, so per the information that they got, per the scores of the test that they got, are they going to maintain the curriculum as is it? Did they meet their goal, their target, their objective that they set? Were they obtained? If that, then it will inform them if they are to maintain it or they are to make some slight changes to it to make sure that their goals are being achieved. Probably a textbook that they used, it didn't reflect in the answers students were given. So if they are supposed to do that modification, if then they will think of if they are doing this in the textbook or the teaching methods or anything, or they are going to eliminate the curriculum because of the information that they got. Okay, so according to Oliver, in curriculum evaluation, you focus on something that you are going to evaluate on, and then you get information, and that information will be used to judge different alternatives, different decisions, different ideas that we can go to make the curriculum better as we want. What then is the purpose of a curriculum evaluation? The main aim of curriculum evaluation is one, identify its weakness and strength, as well as problems encountered in implementation. And then when I asked what evaluation is, most of you were trying to tell me that we do evaluation to identify the weakness and the strength. And also we do evaluation to identify some problems that we encountered in the action stage, in the implementation stage. Do evaluation, you realize that some parts or the whole of the curriculum was effective or not effective. Okay, there was some parts which didn't really bring out what you expect, and there was a part which really made sure that what the goal, the objectives that you set was really attained. So we evaluate to see all those aspects of it. Okay, the weakness, and then we will have a decision on it. This is where this is the weakness of the curriculum. Okay, then we discuss on how best we can improve on it. This is the strength of it, and then we have a discussion on it, how we should keep it, how to make sure that it stays relevant, and then we use it throughout the curriculum that we have made. And then also the problems that we encountered during its implementation. So as the supervisors, various supervisors go around in their various schools, they when they get to the ground, they will know some problems that were teachers encountered or problems that students encountered when the curriculum was implemented. So the first thing is to identify weakness and strength as well as problems encountered during in implementation. And also we do curriculum evaluation to improve the curriculum development process. Okay. we do curriculum evaluation to improve the curriculum development process. When you are doing evaluation, we get information, and that information is used to make decision. Okay, so we use those information, the data that we gathered, to improve the process at every stage of the curriculum development, where we identify the needs of students, then we plan towards it, then we deliver. Okay, it affects all those parts of it. And then we do curriculum evaluation to determine the effectiveness of the curriculum and the returns of the finance allocated. We learned that when we are doing we are implementing a curriculum, we need money. Okay, it's resource intensive, so you need money to implement it. So you want to see that the money that we invested in this thing, was it worth it? Okay, the money that we invested in buying textbooks, was it worth it? The money that we invested in training teachers on a particular, giving them teachers training on a particular methodology or pedagogy, was it worth it? Was it really effective? Did it really achieve our, did we really achieve our goal based on what we put in? So we do evaluations to determine the effectiveness of the curriculum and the returns of the finances we allocated to it according to gain. So there are two main categories of curriculum evaluation. So that's the types of curriculum evaluation. We do a summative evaluation or a formative evaluation. And these are based on the stages at which information is gathered. So I believe we are all familiar with the formative and summative. What do we mean by formative and what do we mean by summative? This should give a clue. They are based on when or the stage at which information is gathered. We do this in the classroom as a teacher. We do formative evaluation and summative evaluation of the lesson being taught. So what's the formative about and then what's the summative about? Madam Vida.
Hello, madam. Please, for the formative evaluation, is an ongoing process, and it is done to check the progress of a program.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Vida. Have Madam Patience.
Madam, please, for the summative, it is done at the end of the process.
Okay.
After you are done with all the information, all that you want the people to know, then you do the summative, ask them questions based on what you delivered upon them.
Thank you. Madam Sakwenti.
For the formative is assessing the student during the teaching process. And then the summative is assessing the student after the end of exam.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Madam Eunice.
Madam, the formative is you make assessments while the teaching and learning is going on, and also at the end of every unit. And the summative is at the end of the course. So the assessments you make after you are finished with the course is termed as summative. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you. So just as you said, okay, these two evaluations are determined at the stages we are doing. So we have the formative and the summative. The term formative indicates that data is gathered during the formation or development of the curriculum so that revision to it can be made. So here, it's not just waiting for us to finish or at the end of the curriculum implementation, then we do evaluation. This is when the curriculum is still ongoing. Okay, whilst we are still having experiencing it, while the teachers are still delivering it, while the students are still experiencing it, that is where we do this evaluation. So it can be how the curriculum is being developed or when it's still in use. So the main purpose is to improve the curriculum during the implementation. It is a continuous process that helps curriculum designers, the teacher, and the administrators to identify weakness early. It helps them to test new materials and adjust the teaching strategies before final judgment is made. So this one focuses on the process when it is happening. Okay, then we do the evaluation. So the evaluation that we do may include who needs the program, how great is the need, okay, how to meet the needs. These are some of the things that they consider during the formative evaluation. So during the formative evaluation, it can be you can have supervisors coming around to ask how we are going with the curriculum, how things are going, and then we as implementers on the field, we tell them the kind of problems that we are encountering, and then based on the information we give them, then they go and make adjustments quickly, and then they come and tell us that okay, this is what we found. It won't be just one. So they don't take the information from just one school. It will be based on a quite number of schools, and then they will decide on what best we can do to solve those problems. So they do all those things. So while it's ongoing, then they'll be seeing that they'll be changing some parts of the textbooks. They'll be telling you to hold some teaching methods. They'll be making sure that they'll bring some resources to aid in some parts that you are delivering the curriculum. So in education, the aim of formative evaluation is usually to obtain information that is used to improve a program. So whilst it's ongoing, they want to improve it. So they get those information to improve the program. In formative evaluation, experts will evaluate the match between the instructional strategies and the material used and the learning outcome or what it aims to achieve. So the experts, we are talking about the experts in curriculum development, okay, the developers. They will evaluate the instructional objectives, the materials that we use, the learning outcomes, or what it aims to achieve. Okay, so whilst it being in progress, these are some of the things that they will be evaluating. They will visit schools to check the instructional objective strategies. Are they going on well? Are they meeting our goals? How are the teacher having the experience with it? The materials used, they're talking about the resources that they gave. If they gave us tablets, how are we experiencing? How is our experience with it? And then the outcomes. If they gave the tablets to us to probably get a particular outcome, are we getting it at probably at the end of the term, at the end of the semester, or at the end of any instructional delivery? Formative evaluation by experts is useful before full-scale implementation of the program. This provides useful information for modifying or revising selected strategies. So as we said, it can be used before implementing a curriculum, or it can be used when implementing the curriculum. So they use it to see how students will react to it. They will use it to see how our goals will be achieved, or the objectives that we set will be achieved before they get a full scale implementation of the program. And this is what we have done. Okay, so all those minor corrections are made before we actually um, make it whole for everyone to use it. Informative evaluation, learners may be included to review the materials to determine if they can use the new materials. So it's not just with teachers or the materials, they included learners to see if they are how they can use the new materials. So through tests, through quizzes, through assignments, through observation, you know that students are they able to use the new materials that we brought. And then through this, when they are doing the formative evaluation, some of the problems that they can encounter, or what the things, some of the things that they will discover are maybe probably the spelling errors in some of the textbooks that they gave us to use. You know, when people are typing, we make mistakes, and then although it can go through a lot of process, like what someone will type it and then another person will read to see if everything is okay, and then it's being printed. Sometimes when it comes to the field, okay, you as an implementer, whilst going, you see, we are the ones having that interaction with it. So the teachers and the students will see some spelling errors, and then will notify probably the supervisors or our headmasters to make sure that those who are developing the curriculum, the experts get to know that these are some of the things that we have seen in it, the spelling errors, and then they will be correcting it to make new ones. You can also discover confusing sequence of contents, the arrangement. Okay, sometimes what they have learned, they have detailed for us, what have been written down for us, the sequence that this particular course should follow this particular this course, to make sure that students understand it. So when you are developing something, you start from the basics, the simple one, then as you move on, you climb the ladder, you increase it. That is what they thought it would do. But when it came to where it should be implemented, there are some confusions on the ones that we thought was lesser or was simple for students to understand. There were students who were not really getting the whole contents of it. So during formative evaluation, they will see, and then adjustments or modifications will be made before they implement another one. Some of the problem can also be inappropriate examples or illustrations. Some examples or illustrations may not really tell us or bring out what we want to tell students or what we want students to know. Okay, so doing that, they will see all these kind of problems or errors in the curriculum. And then the feedback obtained could be used to revise and improve instructions. The feedback they gain from the students, the feedback they'll get from teachers, the feedback they'll get from headmasters, the feedback they will get from the community, okay, will be used to revise and improve instruction. And also it can be used to decide whether or not to adopt the program before full implementation. So that's the formative evaluation. Then let's come to the summative. So as we identify, the formative is during the implementation or before implementation. The summative is after. Okay, so the term summative indicates that data is collected at the end of the implementation of the curriculum program. At the end. So this is done after the curriculum has been fully implemented. So it is done to evaluate or to judge the overall effectiveness of the curriculum. So it can occur just after new course or material has been implemented in full, or several months to years after the material have been implemented. Unlike the formative that when we implement it, then we go around to see if it's working. This one will wait till the whole thing is done. Okay, if it's supposed to take years, after the year, then we do the evaluation. If it's supposed to take months, after the month has ended, then we take evaluation. So questions to answer during summative evaluation is, have learners achieved the objectives? Okay, so just like you're in the classroom, whilst you are teaching, you just be teaching, be asking questions to see if what you are teaching is students are really getting it. If students are not getting it, then you modify it to make sure that they are getting it. That's the summative evaluation. Then when it comes to the that's the formative evaluation. Then when it comes to the summative, when you are done teaching, then you want to see that have students really gotten the objectives that was set. Have I been able to achieve it? Then you start asking questions based on your objectives to see that if learning has really taken place. So the question to answer during summative evaluation is, have learners achieved the objectives? Was the goal that the curriculum, the national goal achieved? Okay, so this is some of the questions that you answer through summative evaluation. Then we have some approaches to curriculum evaluation. So here I will come here. Let's stop presenting. And then before we move to the approaches to curriculum evaluation, we discuss what a curriculum evaluation is based on some definitions by Einstein, by Hankins, by Sanders. And then the purpose, and then we talked about the two ways of doing evaluations. So do you have any questions up to this point? Do you have any questions to this point? Any clarifications? Any adapts? Madam Eunice.
Madam, please, I want to ask a question. You know, for the formative, the teachers, if the curriculum is not able to be achieved as intended, the teachers make the adjustments or change certain things. But I want to know if the teacher is involved in the changes in the summative, like after the assessment, is it the teacher or is those who implement designed the curriculum? So does the teacher has any share in the evaluation stage where that place for the summative? If you have understood my question.
Okay, I have understood. Yeah, are you trying to say that during the formative evaluation, they involve the teacher, and then you are asking if during the summative, the teacher is involved in the evaluation process or in the decision making?
Yes, the decision making rather.
Okay. So with this, they use the information from the teacher. Okay, the data from the teacher and then the data from the students to make all those corrections. So the formative and the summative is just the stages where they make the evaluation. Okay, at each stage, the teacher and the students are involved in the decision making. Okay, they take their information to make decisions. But when it comes to the summative, they'll take the decision, and then the curriculum experts will sit on it to deliberate to see if the information that we have gotten, should we change it, should we modify it, or should we still use it? Okay, so that is when the experts are the ones going to make the changes. So the teacher is not really in the conversation or in the decision or in the discussion, but they take the information or the data the teacher gave out to be used to influence the decisions that they will take, their final inputs that they will do. I get it, Madam Eunice.
Yes, madam.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Madam Rebecca.
Madam, please, the ways in which formative evaluation is done, you made mention of tests and observation. Can we have others as well? Thank you. And that of the summative also.
Oh, okay. So I made mention of tests, assignments, quizzes, midterm feedbacks, review for students' portfolios during the semester. These are some of the formative evaluations that they do. So feedback from students, classroom observation, quizzes, weekly assessments can guide teachers on what needs to be changed immediately. Okay. And then on the summative to we have collecting data from the final examination. So we can use BEC or WASI as a determinant. Okay. As a determinant to change our curriculum or to modify our curriculum or to do our summative evaluation. So final examinations is one of them. End of semester projects. Okay, it's also another example of it. Madam Rebecca, are you okay?
Yes, madam. Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think I saw another hand up. Madam Vida, was it you?
No, please, madam.
All right. So moving away from the ties and the definitions and the purpose, let's go to the approaches to curriculum evaluation. So this is where our discussion begins. Okay. Last night I sent the slides to the course trip for you to read and then make notes on the approaches to curriculum evaluation. The Tyler evaluation model, the Tapu Beans model. Okay. So here we have the Tyler's evaluation model, the Tapu Beans CIPP model, we have Scrivener's Go free evaluation model, responsive evaluation model, the illuminative evaluation model, and the naturalistic evaluation model. These are some of the models that we use, or the approaches that we guide us in making curriculum evaluation, in evaluating the curriculum. So we are just going to discuss the Tyler and the Tapu Beans, and then we read on the Scriven, the responsive, the illuminative, and the naturalistic. So here I'm just going to give these two to us. It's 8 o'clock. We come back at 8:30. Then what we have identified or some information that we've gotten, we discuss, we have a discussion on it, and then we continue with what we are going to do. Is that clear for us?
Okay, madam.
So to make it easier for us, the Tyler's evaluation model and the Tapu Beans CIPP, let me make it into centers. Okay, we have food and nutrition students and coding students. So each center, the food students are taking the Tapu Bean, and then the coding students are taking the Tyler's evaluation model. Each center. Okay, I have 3 centers. So the coding students are taking the Tyler, the food and nutrition students are taking the Tapu Beans, CIPP model. All right. So let's start now, and then when it's 8:30, we come back to have our discussion. Are we all okay with it?
Yes, ma'am.
So the various
Madam.
courses, make sure that we are doing it. Madam Norris, Richard, and I think I forgot the last person's name. Oh, Madam Felicity. Yes, Madam Felicity. So let's make sure we do it.
Well, the questions are two as a first. Nobody else.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, madam.
Madam.
So please let's come online, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Pastor, please that those who I can't see anything. Am I alone? Madam Phyllis, we are all here. Can you hear me now? Madam Phyllis. Madam Phyllis. Okay, then she's asking, is she alone in this? And the answer is yes, because I believe you all can hear me right.
Yes, please.
The whole class. Yes. So let's put it
Yeah.
in our classrooms that we are back. Okay. So all those who left the meeting should kindly join us for this discussion. All right. So we will start with the first one. So I have on my list. I'm coming. Okay, I have Techiman, Zenith and Riverview. Techiman, Riverview and Zenith. Okay, so let me start with Techiman. Okay, the first one, tireless model. What did we get? The tireless model. Who developed this? What did he say about the tireless model? How do we use it in economic evaluation? Who is going to speak for the coding students in Techiman? So
Okay, madam.
we are going to
Madam,
start there. Yes, yes, sir, I'm coming. Please let's
for
make sure that
Techman,
if you it's not like yes, I'm coming. I'm coming. So if you want to talk for your group, you just raise your hand and I'll call you. Okay. Let's not waste time on this. So Sir Richard.
hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
The Techman clothing students, we are only two.
So yeah, too.
Yeah, we are only two.
Then the
So
two of you are
myself and Akosia Adepa.
oh well, consider the car. Okay, so what did you find?
Okay,
What did you
the tireless model, the tireless evaluation model, it is also known as the objective-centered approach, and it was developed by Ralph Tyler in 1949. And Tyler proposed that evaluation should focus on the extent to which intended learning objectives have been achieved. And again, according to Tyler, a curriculum is effective if learners demonstrate behaviors and skills that reflect the specified objectives. So Tyler came up with 4 main focus for his approach or his evaluation model. Oh,
yes, sir, we are listening.
sorry, madam. He came out with 4 models for 4 focus for his model. And the first focus is defining objectives. Defining the objectives. And defining the objectives, you must identify or have a clear and measurable learning goals. And at the same time, the objectives should reflect desired students' behaviors and outcomes. That's what he said. And secondly, he also said that selecting learning experiences, that's the second focus of his model. And in selecting learning experiences, you should choose instructional objectives or activities that align with the objectives that has been defined earlier on. You should choose instructional activities that align with the objectives. And at the same time, ensure that learning experiences are meaningful and engaging. And the third focus of his model is that organizing learning experiences. Organizing learning experiences. And that one too, he said that the content should have a structure and it should be logical and progressive. And at the same time, we should also promote continuity and integration across the various subjects. And his final focus, which happens to be evaluating outcomes, that's the final focus of the 4 focuses that he came out with. The final one is evaluating outcomes. And that one, it assesses whether objectives have been met. It assesses whether objectives have been met. And it also uses test, observations, and performance tasks to evaluate the learning outcomes. So those are the 4 focuses of Tyler's model. And some of the strengths of the model, it provides clear and systematic framework in evaluation. It provides clear and systematic framework in evaluation. And it also emphasizes on accountability and measurable results. So, madam, this is what I gathered.
All right, thank you, Sir Richard. Madam Akosia, do you have any weakness for us? Or do you have any other to what Sir Richard said? Madam Akosia,
I think okay,
I think
for the weakness,
okay, then
like,
it's fine. It's fine. Okay. You have identified it. We have other things to add up to it, and then we all discuss it.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
So let me go to Riverview. Riverview, the coding students. Please, what did you get? Riverview. Madam Felicity.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Madam Felicity.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. For hours, we are also talking about the Tyler's evaluation. And Tyler's evaluation is also an objectives based, and it focuses on whether learning objectives are being achieved. Here, we are talking about some stages. He talks about some stages, and these stages are: 1, objective-based approach. Here, evaluation measures how far students have achieved the stated objectives. And then the second one is the pre-test and then post-test approach. Learners are tested before and then after instruction. And also difference in scores show learning progress. And then the third one is also a behavioral observation. When we take the behavioral observation, teacher observe changes in learners' behavior to see if objectives are demonstrated. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Felicity. Do I have any coding incidents to add up? Madam Rebecca, are you in Riverview?
Yes, please.
Coding
All right. So the Tyler's Tyler's evaluational model. It is a framework that is used to assess how effective the curriculum is. And then he came out with a systematic 4-step approach in order for you to determine whether the objectives of the curriculum have been met or not. He came up with 4 steps, which are systematic. And the first one is determine the goals. Determine what you intend learners to know and be able to do. You make sure that the objective that you are setting is specific and then they are measurable. And before the objectives will be set, you need to consider a lot of factors such as the learner's need, what the society demands, and then the subject matter as well. So if you have this in consideration, you'll be able to set objectives that are specific and then measurable. Then the second step is to select learning experiences, the various strategies and methods that you are going to use in order for you to achieve the objective that you have set in the first step. Then the third one is organizing learning experiences, whereby the learning experiences or the strategies and methods that you have chosen in the second step, you are going to arrange them in an order, a logical order, in order for the objectives that you have set to be achieved. And in the organization of the learning experiences, one needs to bear in mind the continuity of it and then its integration. Then the last step is the evaluating effectiveness, you gathering information to determine whether the objective that you set has been achieved or not. If the data that you have collected after it has been analyzed does not meet the objective that one has set, then there's the need for the curriculum to be improved. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Did we identify any strengths and then weakness of the Tyler's model? Still on Riverview.
One of the strengths of Tyler's evaluation model is that it provides a clear framework for evaluation in order for you to determine how the objectives have been made. You can't just get up to say you are making evaluation. You need to follow a process. So it provides that process or the step that one needs to take in order to determine how effective it is. Thank you.
Thank you. And what of a weakness? Still on Riverview. Anyone? A weakness. All right, then let me go to Zenith. 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 What did you also find on Tyler's model, evaluation model? Zenith. Madam Florence. Madam Florence. Hello. Hello, class. Hello, class.
Hello, madam.
Hello, madam.
Class can hear me. I thought
Hello. Hello, madam.
Okay, thank you very much for answering. Please, the Zenith, my Zenith people.
Madam, please, the clothing people, Madam Bless, Madam Emilia, I think, and then Madam Millicent.
Yes, the clothing people, please speak to me. We want to hear from you. What did you find? Hello. Any clothing students from Zenith? Very sorry. So the clothing students didn't join the class today. Wow.
Madam Millicent is there.
Okay, Madam Millicent, you are here. Thank you for saving us, saving your clothing people. Yes, Madam Millicent, you are listening. Madam Millicent. Hello, Madam Millicent. All right. They are not ready to talk, so let's continue with our class. Hello. Okay, so still on a tireless approach. Okay, just as Teshiman and then Riverview spoke to us, the tireless model is uh it's an instructional based model. Okay, judging from what we learned from tireless curriculum development model is just it's all centers on evaluation, objectives, setting up your objectives. So it was developed by Ralph Tyler, as we we said. Okay, so evaluation is based on whether learners achieve the behavioral objectives stated in the curriculum. So here says you set your objectives and then you evaluate it based on the objectives that you set. So first you set the objectives, you provide learning experiences, you organize it, then you evaluate. So with his, if I set objectives like by the end of the lesson, the learners should um identify the various ways we prepare meals. Then the evaluation is based on if students are able to identify the various ways we prepare meals. If students are able to identify it, then we have achieved our objectives. Okay, then decision will be taken from there to continue the curriculum that we are using. So his is just objective and then the outcome. Okay, if what I was able to identify, if students were able to achieve it. So that is how his is. Okay, so moving to a limitation we have on a tireless objective, it ignores the processes students go through. I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry about that. I thought I was sharing my screen. Please, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So limitations to tireless model is it ignores the processes learners go through before performing a task. So, for example, the experiences, the learning environment, the techniques, methods, that is not his concern. His concern is I set objectives. Were students able to achieve my objectives that was set? Looking through their textbooks, looking through having observing to see whether they did it. Did I get the value? Was my objective met? So he doesn't care. It's like this model is trying to like it doesn't care about some factors that may influence it. Okay, probably that the students were able to get the textbooks that will facilitate learning, or the teaching method that was created. Okay, it wasn't helpful in their locality or their area. The resources that were supposed to have the learning experience that the students were supposed to have, the classroom management skills, the classroom management, the tables, everything. Okay, this model is trying to ignore them. It means I set an objective and then no the objective there. I don't care the reason, the means, anything. You should make sure that you achieve the objectives. So if it's a practical lesson, then I said by the end of the lesson, the students should be able to fry or roast or prepare a fish using a halogen or using an air fryer. And then we go to the rural areas and then they are not having it. So does it mean that your objectives were not? Doesn't mean that learning the students did not learn. They didn't have an air fryer over there. They didn't have a halogen to have that experience. So with Silas model, he will say that, oh, okay, we achieve our goals. So let's stop the curriculum we are using. Let's stop it because we didn't achieve our goal. But when you go to a private school, which have it, you can even get the parents buying it for the school. And then they will use it. And then if you are using that Silex model in that school, then we will say that our objectives were achieved. So let's continue with it. Whilst it will affect those also in the rural areas. So that's a limitation to Tyler's model. And it also presents a challenge to diagnosis of reason for curriculum failure. So just because of this, how will we see that the curriculum failed? It presents a challenge. Okay, you are just based on the outcome, based on your objectives. You didn't focus on the things that will influence the learning or acquiring the skills from learning. So how is it really valid? Okay, how is your reason really valid for us to fill the curriculum or to continue with the curriculum? So it presents a challenge to diagnosis of curriculum failure. Okay, so how will let's deliberate on this, the Tyler's model. How will an evaluation of a home economics curriculum be like if we were to use the Tyler's model to evaluate the curriculum under these circumstances? So we have end of semester, end of first year, and then end of program. So like we have in mind that the Tyler's model is objective based. Okay, so the objective that were set, how will we examine it, evaluate it at the end of the first semester, at the end of the first year, and then at the end of the program? So using the Tyler's model, we can use this um these topics that we have. Let's use the end of program. Okay, and then in SHS, by the end of the program, students are expected to show an outfit for them, a self-made garment. And we also, it's during last year, that it was really trending. Most of the schools were showing what their students were sewing. Okay, so at the end of the program, students should be able to sew a self-made garment, make a self-made garment. And then we have standards or criteria that they should meet. So if you are sewing a dress, it should meet the standard. It should be well pressed. It should be fit. It should be fitting. All those standards should be met. So at the end of the program, that's what they want to meet. So let's break it into semester, first year, and program, and at the end of the program. So at the end of the semester, students will identify the various parts of a garment. Okay, at the various parts of a garment, we have the collar, the sleeve, the bodies, the skirts, some parts of it. Students will be able to identify it. So at the end of the semester, we take an exam, and the exam a question will be asked based on that objective that we set, and the students will bring out answers like that, and then we'll see that, oh, okay, the students are able to identify all these parts of the garment. Then we come to end of first year. Okay, so by the end of the first year, probably students should be able to sew or make those parts. So students should be able to sew a shirt sleeve, a puff sleeve, a raglan sleeve. Okay, students should be able to sew a standing collar, a flat collar. Students should be able to sew a flare skirt. Students should be able to sew a fitting skirt. And then at the end of the program, all those parts that they have identified and made, then we assemble all together to make a self-made garment. Are you with me here?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so that's what Tyler's model is telling us. Okay, so do you have any question on the Tyler's model? Do you have any question on the Tyler's model? All right, then let's move to the staffel beams. The staffel beam SATIPP model. And then I'll also start with. Also, this time around, I didn't hear from Zenith. Okay, so let me start from Zenith. The staffel beam, Madam Florence, yes, I'll start from your group. Zenith.
Okay, so madam, the staffel beams model was developed by Daniel Stafford in 1971, and it has a comprehensive framework evaluated program, that is the CIPP, the projects, and then policies, and okay, the evaluating programs, projects, and policies. The CIPPD, that's the meaning of it is the context, the inputs, the process, and then the project. Then there are key competencies. The context evaluation. This evaluation is assessing the environment and needs of the program or the project, and then it identify goals, objectives, and then the priorities. And then the input evaluation also, it examines the resources, the strategies, and then the plans used to address the identified needs. And this approach is done by office is done by stakeholders and then expertise. It's not like the tireless model that everybody can do it. This one, they have experts and then outsiders. It's not being done by the school. So let's say WASI, it's not being done from the secondary schools, but rather a group of people who has come together and then they assess the students. And then also the process it goes through. It goes through monitoring, and then it goes through monitoring the program, and it's being accounted for. The program is being accounted for. That is the exams, the routes they have been writing. That is the at the end of the term or at the end of the program, the assessment is being made, and then madam, the products evaluation also, it measures the outcome and then the impacts and then effective of the program or the project being done. Please, somebody should also continue from that.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Florence. Thank you, Coswell. Any other from Zenith? Still on Zenith. Still on Zenith. Oh, my Zenith people, don't do that. Zenith, don't do that. Oh, today the Zenith people didn't come. It's only Madam Florence. Okay, Madam Abigail came to class. Madam Ramat, oh, Madam Bless. Okay, you all came to class. So let's have Madam Abigail. Madam Gloria Cry is here. Okay, Madam Abigail, let's hear from
So
you.
the product evaluation, this evaluation assesses the outcomes and impact of the curriculum or the program design. It also examines students' learning and achievements. As evaluates the overall effectiveness of the curriculum. That is, there is a survey after the program, that is to review the test or to determine the effectiveness of the curriculum. And this helps the educators to make informed decisions whether to improve the curriculum or to maintain the old
Today they
one.
won't finish early. Why?
Yes, Madam, this is what I have to say. Somebody should also continue.
On Sunday.
All right. So, Madam Bless.
Madam, with the strength of the CIPP, I would say that it supports the students and then make improvements on the students. It doesn't only concentrate on the outcome of the students, but focus on what? Improving them. That is what I wanted to say. I think someone else can take it from me.
Okay, then let's hear from the last person, Madam Veronica. Okay, Madam Gloria to end it for us. So, Madam Veronica. Madam Veronica. I think her line
Yes,
is off.
madam.
Okay, yes, you're listening.
Oh, okay, for the strength, this is decision focus. That's it's designed to inform managers and stakeholders at each stage. And also, it uses both formative and summative to do judgment or outcome. And it's
Right.
flexible and comprehensive. It applies to all curricular trainings, communities, programs, and institutional evaluation. And it also encourages multiple data source and stakeholder involvement. The limitation is resource intensive because full CIPP use can demand time, staff, and money, especially if it's a continuous process monitoring. And it's complex. It requires careful planning so results are timely and actionable for decision making. It's also for potential for stakeholders disagreement. Different stakeholders may prefer different evaluation questions or indicators require facilitation. It needs adaptation for context and skill. This is what I can say about it. Yes, madam. Hello? Hey. Hello?
I
Hello?
think
You are on.
oh,
Hey.
You are on. You are on.
Madam's line is off, I think.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yo, Madam Gloria. I'm really sorry. I didn't know. I forgot that my line was off. So, Madam Gloria, Madam Veronica, thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. So, Madam Gloria, let's hear from
Okay,
you.
so madam, my colleagues have said it all. So I'll wrap up by saying that with the CIPP model, it requires that a series of questions be asked about the four different elements of the model, which is the input, the process, the content, and then the product. So through that, it will help evaluation to be done in order to achieve the curriculum goals and objectives. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Florence, you're already spoken. So, I think the last person who will speak will be Madam Ramat.
I want
If
to
she,
add,
Madam Florence, it's enough. Okay, let's hear from Madam Ramat and then let's move to other centers so that we'll save time. So, Madam Ramat. All right, she's not
But
here.
I
Okay,
think
Madam Ramat.
everything. I think my colleagues have said, oh, so maybe
Okay,
I'll.
okay.
The purpose of it is to identify areas of improvement and also to assess the effectiveness of the program and to inform decision makers on whatever the curriculum is being, whether it's being achieved or it is not. Then also to improve the quality of the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. So, moving from Zenith, let's go to Riverview. Riverview, please, what do you have for us? Still on scaffold being CIPP model, evaluation model. Riverview. Madam Vida.
Okay, madam. So for the CIPP model by Stephen Beam is a comprehensive framework for curriculum evaluation that focuses on four dimensions, like the context, input, pretext, and the products. So I will talk about the context. And this one, they said it, this steps assesses to environment and needs that the curriculum aims to address, and it involves identifying problems and opportunities. And the data is collected on the setting and stakeholders, and goals are clarified. And the input evaluation examines the plans, resources, and teaching methods, and also technology to determine if appropriate and sufficient inputs are in place for effective delivery. And when we go to the process evaluation, that this step monitors how the curriculum implementation is proceeding, and it looks at teaching delivery, monitoring, and also allows identification of issues and timely adjustments. And the last one, which is the process evaluation, measures the outcome and impact of the curriculum. So, Madam, I'll end here. My other colleagues will continue.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Vida. Thank you very much. So do you have anyone else who adding up to wait from Riverview? Riverview, any add up? Riverview, any add up? Okay, then let's move to Teshiman. Madam Esther Sewa.
Madam,
Yes, we are listening.
I want to talk about the CIPPD module breakdown.
All right, please go on.
Okay, it has 3 columns, which is the component, focus, and the key questions. So the first one, context, it focuses on the needs, goals, and objective. And the question to be asked are, what are the needs? What are the goals? Then the second one, which is the inputs, focuses on resources, strategies, and plans. And the question to be asked are, what resources are available or what strategies can be used? Then we have the third component, which is the process, focuses on implementation and monitoring. And the question to be asked is, how is the program being implemented, or what are the challenges they are facing? Then we have the last component, which is the products, focuses on outcome, impact, and effectiveness. And the question to be asked are, what are the outcome of the program? Was it successful or unsuccessful? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Sewa. Madam Charity, please let's hear from you. Madam
Okay.
Charity Jemfo.
Yes, madam. So on the CIPP models, we talk about 4 dimensions. That's the context, inputs, process evaluation, and product evaluation. So when we take the context evaluation, here we deal with problems, or we tackle problems in the environment or maybe in the school. Like if you want to maybe introduce a new curriculum, that falls under context evaluation. Then how are we going to go with the problem identified? Then we fall within the input evaluation. So the input evaluation, we deal with how we can use different strategies and resources, plans to achieve the context we have identified. So there we can make processes of achieving resources and materials, enough teachers to make the context of evaluation achieved properly. Then we also goes to the process evaluation. And the process evaluation here, we monitor the implementation of the inputs, the resources, or maybe the materials and plans we have put in place. How are we going to use them? Then we monitor the implementation of the inputs we have involved by maybe observing classrooms, teachings, in terms of maybe introducing new curriculum. There we can monitor how the teachers will use the curriculum in the classroom by teaching the students and how they will follow the curriculum properly. That is the example I'm setting, madam. Then we move on to the fourth one, that is the product evaluation. So the product evaluation here, we measure the outcomes and effects of the program we have introduced, like the context we have identified. We make evaluation, the effectiveness or the weakness of the context we have identified. So then we measure the outcomes and the effects of the program by testing whether students' performance or improve after using maybe a new curriculum. Then this main CIPP model focuses on the continuous improvement rather than judging success or failure. By what I understand is they mostly focus on the improvement, how the individual can use or improve him or herself than judging the success or the failure of the model. Then this model is sometimes, let's say, it's always designed or used by trained or skilled personnel. They train or they make use of skilled personnel to use this particular model. Thank you, madam. I want someone to continue.
Very much. Thank you very much, Madam Charity. So we'll take it from Madam Adam Eunice.
Okay, madam, she has said it all, but I'm just adding something small. So for the CIPPD, for you to have a clear way of defining it or find it very easy. So what I'll add is the context is always the goals. So you always know that the context are the goals you are setting or how you want the goals to be. And then the inputs are the plans. And then the processes, they are the actions that you are going to take. And then the products are the outcomes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Let's clap for ourselves. All centers, Zenith, wherever you and Techiman, please let's drop an info. Okay, let's drop the cap. And send a reaction. Send a reaction. Please let's clap for ourselves. Yeah, I'm just seeing just a few people. All right. So thank you very much. Madam Eunice, your hand is up. You want to say anything before I continue?
No, madam, no.
Okay, thank you. So just as you've said, okay, that's the CIPP model. Share screen. So what you said is a comprehensive understanding to the CIPP model. So the CIPP model designed by Daniel Tafubin, okay, has four elements. The C stands for the context. The I is for the input, and the P for the process, and another P for the product. So just let's compare it to what Tyler was doing. Tyler had this it was a straightforward something, okay. So just the objectives, and then you evaluate it. You take your data, and then you do your evaluation. But what Tafel Bean is trying to tell us that it's not just the outcome based. It's not just the outcome that we evaluate. We evaluate almost everything. The context, okay, the context will help us in even developing the curriculum. So it entails the formative and the summative. So it's everything all around. So we evaluate the context, the inputs, the process, and the products. So at the content evaluation, just as you said, this stage assesses the needs, the problems, the assets and opportunities within a defined environment. And this will determine our goal. or priorities of the program that we will take. So the question here is what needs to be done at the content stage, and the inputs, what should be done. So here we identify potential strategies or the resources that will help us to make sure that whatever curriculum that we have designed is really effective. And then we have the process. Is it being done? Okay, it involves you monitor the program's implementation to make sure that it is being carried out as we plan. To detect any potential problem or deviation, then we resolve it. Then we come to the product, the final thing. Okay, did we succeed in it? That is where we evaluate the whole thing too. So let's compare this to the this model to the Tyler's model. What are some key differences you've seen here? What are some of the key differences that you've seen here? The way Tyler's model goes, and then the way CIPP models also talks about. What are the key differences? Do you find any difference between the Tyler's model and then the CIPP model? Or there's no difference? Is there or there are no differences? Let's ask this question. Madam Rebecca.
Madam, please, comparing Tyler's model to Sappho-Bean's own, there is a difference. And one difference is, with that of Tyler, his is focusing on just the end product of it, the outcome of it. But with Sappho-Bean, he takes everything into consideration. He doesn't tackle just the outcome of it, but every step that the curriculum went through in terms of the resources being used and learners' capabilities in terms of what they are supposed to do and achieve at the end of it. Then also we can talk about the flexibility aspect of it. Tyler provided a kind of rigid and prescriptive evaluation model. His is to go according to how things are to be done in terms of the objective that is set. But Stafford gave room for flexibility and also focusing on continuous improvement on learning rather than just being accountable of what you are expected to achieve.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Rebecca. Anyone else? Yes, Madam Eunice.
Okay, madam, what I want to add is for the Tyler's and Sappho-Bean, at every stage of his process, he makes evaluation before he continues. But for the Tyler's model, the evaluation is done at the end of the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then the last person. The last person. All right. So it's okay, Madam Vida.
Okay, madam, for the Tyler's model is best when you want to use it for teaching and learning at the classroom. While the CIPP is, that one is large and it's for complex reasons too. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So the CIPP model is comprehensive, okay? It entails a lot. You don't just do the evaluation at the end of it. It starts from the beginning, the what we will input, how it will go through, and then so we get a product. Okay, so these are the two models that we would like to talk about. Is someone's hand up? I'm
Yes,
not at
madam.
that side. Yes. I
Madam,
think
please. Yes, please. So, madam, please, can we say that the Scaffolding's model is an improvement of Tyler's own.
Not necessarily an improvement on Tyler's model. Okay, he also developed this model, so he's not improving on Tyler's model. Scaffolding also developed his model. Okay, are you okay, Madam Amat?
Meaning that depending on what you want to achieve, then you can decide on which curriculum evaluation model to use.
Okay, so we have models of evaluating curriculum. Okay, and then it's like a group of people. Okay, we all brought ideas. This is what I think. This is what I think. This is what I think. And then when we measured all those, they all gave like they're all positive. Okay, they're all something that we can use to evaluate our curriculum. So Tyler brought up his, and then he told us what he thinks the curriculum should be, how we should evaluate the curriculum. Safo Beam also brought some, okay, and then he also told us what we should do. We also have I'm coming. We also have others. Not just feedback from someone.
Madam, please show us your screen. Oh, your screen.
Okay, so these are the approaches. Please, I believe we all can see. Madam Ramat, can you see too?
Yes,
hello.
please.
So these are some of the approaches, yes, that we can use to evaluate our curriculum. So it's not like someone built on another person's model. Okay, we all came with our ideas, and then we realized that all these ideas you can use them to evaluate a model. They all have their advantage, their strengths, and then their weaknesses. Okay. Are you okay, Madam Ramat?
Yes, please.
Okay. And then there's another hand up. Madam Florence, your hand was up.
Yes, please.
Yes, it's down now.
I wanted to ask if the Thailand's model is being directed by anybody can direct it, but the Stafford's evaluation, that one is being done by expertise and then like mostly done by experts.
Okay, I guess the question now. So curriculum evaluation, okay, it's not done by experts. It's done by the teachers on the field, okay, with with the headmasters, with the supervisors. Just that the final decision is taken by those experts, and they are the ones who create the changes for us. Okay, so the Tyler's model, it's not like everyone can do it, but we all do it. We, the teachers, we are the ones on the field. So we access based on the objective that was set, and then we give that information to the developers, okay, the experts, to influence their decision. Okay, and when it comes to CIPP2, we all do the evaluation. okay, the teacher also does the evaluation at the content stage, the input stage, and then they come to us for the information, for the data, then the experts will sit down on it to either accept what they are doing, to modify it, or to change it. Madam Florence, are you okay with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I have Sir Richard. Sir Richard.
Hello, madam.
Yes, Sir Richard.
I would like to know if it is possible to combine the two in during curriculum evaluation. Is it possible that the two models can be combined in a way to do curriculum evaluation?
Okay, so let's look at the CIPP model. Okay, you realize that it has some parts of Tyler's model in it. Have you seen it? Madam Paulina, please turn on your camera for us, okay? Turn off your camera for us. Thank you very much. So, Sir Richard, when you look at the CIPP model, okay, it has some aspects of Tyler's model in it. Okay, it also you probably have an compare it to some objectives that was set, because the context you look for the needs, what should be done. Okay, then you put it in objectives form, and then at the end of it we'll evaluate it too. So it's not like you can combine it, but in doing curriculum evaluation, you can, based on you see, we have a philosophy. Okay, this is what I want to go by. This is how I understand it. So I'm using this to achieve, to evaluate the curriculum to see if my goals was really done, achieved. So it's up to the developers, the experts, to see that, okay, let's have to use this particular thing to this particular model to see if objectives were attained. So it's not like they can combine it, but you take one and then if you combine it, every model has its strengths and its weaknesses. Okay. But if you use just one, you will get your goal. If you use the Tyler's model, you get the goal that you want to achieve. If you get the CIPP's model, you get the goal you want to achieve. If you use the neutralistic model, evaluation model, you also get your goal. So you just have to choose one and then work on it to see that your evaluation is giving you the kind of information or the kind of changes that you want to get. Are you okay, Sir Richard?
Yes, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your hand is up. Madam Ramat. Madam Ramat Ahin.
Sorry.
Okay, don't worry, it's fine. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Okay. I think someone's hand is up. Please unmute yourself and then you're listening. Okay, I think maybe someone joined. I thought a hand was up. Okay, so moving from the models, okay, we have other methods that we use to evaluate the curriculum. Okay, so the models, as they will take the decision for us, and then the experts will use they'll take the information from us, the teachers, the students, all those of us implementing it, okay, and then having the experiences with it. We as teachers too, we can also have ways of ways that we can evaluate the curriculum. Okay, it can be through discussion with class. It's not just the teachers, it can also be the curriculum evaluators, the experts. It can be through discussion with class rather than using those models that we have outlined, the CIPP model, the Tyler's, the neutralistic, the other models. It can be through discussion with class. Okay, so as a teacher, if you're part of the curriculum developers, you can just have a discussion with the class to see how they are experiencing or how they are interacting with probably a textbook or some teaching methods or their teacher abilities or anything which involves the curriculum. It can be through an informal conversation or observation. Okay, an informal conversation or through observation. You can use also such a method to evaluate a curriculum. It can be through interview, okay, where we interview students. We can also interview teachers. We can also interview other staff in the school to see how the curriculum is being observed in the schools. It can be through evaluation forms. Then we fill them to see those changes or the needs that we need to address, and those things can be through a questionnaire, and then it can also be through self-assessment. Okay, you as a teacher, you are the one implementing the curriculum. When you reflect on how you taught it, how you went by everything that was spelled out in the curriculum, okay, spelled out in the book for the syllabus for you to go by it. You assess yourself to see that, oh, okay, was it really impactful? Did I do my best to achieve our objectives or our goals that was set? Okay, what other ways do you think that we can use to um evaluate curriculum aside this that I have mentioned? Having a discussion, having an informal discussion, it can be a formal discussion or an informal discussion through this evaluation from questionnaire, self-assessment. What other ways do you think that we can evaluate a curriculum? Hello. What other ways do you think we can evaluate a curriculum? Aside the models, aside it from our discussion, yeah, what other thing that have I crossed your mind that okay, we can use this also method to assess the curriculum by the teachers, by experts, by anyone? Sir Richard.
Madam, in your earlier presentation, you made mention of portfolio building.
All right.
That we assess students using portfolio building, collecting their work over time, and how they demonstrate creativity and other things. That one too can be used to evaluate curriculum.
Thank you very much, Sir Richard. Okay, thank you very much. Abigail.
And then you made mention of students' project work.
Very good. We can also use that to assess the curriculum. All right. Okay. But Paulina, do you want to say something?
Yes, please. I want to say that we can also use other research methods, for example, case study and the rest.
Okay. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Madam Paulina.
You're welcome.
Madam, very happy. Madam Rebecca. So, Rachel, do you want to say something? Because your hand is up. Still up. So, Rachel.
Sorry, madam. It was for the earlier contribution.
It's fine. Okay, I just wanted to know. So, Madam Rebecca Donko.
Madam, please, the usual one that we do in the classroom, that is through test and assessment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Felicity.
Madam, please, mine is a question. I'm just asking if we can use role play too. Can we
Role play.
use role play? Yeah.
Yes, madam. You can also use role play.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Very much. Madam Vida. Madam Frimpoma Vida.
Madam, please, can I also say interviews?
Please, what do you think?
Interview.
Yes, you interview students, you interview teachers. You can also use that to evaluate how effective the curriculum was. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, class. So that is where we will end our discussion for today. Okay, then the rest is just a summary of this unit. The curriculum is supposed to meet the needs of the time. Therefore, there is the need to do evaluation. Okay, we do evaluations to see that our needs have been met. Where needed to assess how effective it is in meeting our national development goals. So at this point, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions or add up or some observations, something that you've observed and you realize that, okay, madam, we should talk about this? Sorry, did you get some of the past questions?
I sent the contact you gave me. The person said he's going to work on it today and let me have them.
All right. So please, when
Yeah.
it comes
He said he traveled. He wasn't around. So this morning I contacted the person again.
all right. So when it
Yeah.
comes, please, that's okay. I
I'll do
addressed
that.
this
Hello,
this question about
hello,
past.
Sir Rich, other than Rachel. Say, Ankama, please, when you get it, we are here.
I'll do that. I'll send it to all of you, please.
Thank you.
I'll do that. You're
So I
welcome.
just so that no one will talk about it. So aside past question issues, please, what should we address again? Any questions, any concerns, any other? Okay, so if we don't have anything like that, it's 9:40. And then I want to say this. It's okay, let me finish with this and then I'll come to Richard. Okay. It's a whole new exciting experience I've had with this class, this group, Zenith, Riverview and Man. Your contribution, your participation in class, like I'm so proud of the whole class in general. For the two courses I've taken you through foundations and then curriculum. This is what I have, okay, to tell the whole class. I'm so proud of you, your contribution and everything, your class coming on time and everything. I'm so happy about it, okay. And I'll urge us to nah, this is just our first year, okay. I don't want to think like because we are new and this is how we are acting when we become awkward. When we grow, when we go to our second semester, we go to level 200, 300, and we start missing class. We don't contribute or participate in class. I hope we carry this through till level 400. Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry, you wanted to say something?
Thank you, madam. We also appreciate how you handle the class, how you tolerate most of our views and everything. We appreciate that very much. And I want to find out, please, with the quiz that we'll be doing, are you going to set the questions yourself or is going to come from the central or the switch center?
Okay, so this is how it's done. We are just facilitators, okay? We deliver. And then the coordinator, you saw when the timetable comes, you saw the coordinators on it, right?
Yes,
Dr.
please.
Ida. Questions will be from here. Okay, so she will send the questions for the quiz and then for the examinations too.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Madam Florence.
Madam, I also want to say we are grateful for whatever you have done for us. Please, I want to know if we are going to meet you in any other course again.
Yes, we surely meet me in level
Oh,
200 and 300 and I think first semester 400. You meet me over there.
oh, okay. Thank you very much. We are grateful.
Same here.
Hello, Madam. God richly bless you. We appreciate your efforts. Thank you.
Hello, madam.
Yes, madam.
Please, does it mean that we have just ended like that? Or
Yes, we have.
we have ended for today?
Yes, we have ended for today.
Then next week, no meeting. Yeah.
No, we have ended for that semester.
I didn't hear you well.
Yes, we have.
So next week, no meeting.
Yes, madam.
Because I'm just saying, because some of us just joined last week. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a
Some of
4 week.
us.
The practical this one, not 4 weeks. And then we are in our fourth. So,
Yeah, thank you.
thank you very much. All right. So thank you very much. And then
Hello, madam.
yes, madam. I don't know who is talking. Is it Madam Waziria?
Yes, madam. Please, madam, are we writing only one quiz or two?
The quiz. I think it's two. I think it's two. It's not one. I think it's 2 years. Yeah, first quiz, second quiz, and then examination, the final exams. So I think it's 2 years.
Okay, with maybe the first quiz, are we going to read all the units for the first quiz?
So that question I can't answer because I'm not the one going to set the questions. Okay. So you can ask that from your I think not the coordinator, but from the code officials. Okay, they have answers to those questions. They can be in the like they are the best to ask those questions that they will get answers for you. Okay. But please, you go first. When they you are give us presentation. Hello, class.
Hello, madam.
You go for orientation.
No.
Yes, madam.
Some of us are late comers.
All those were there. Terry, you go for the orientation. Terry,
Madam.
go for the orientation.
No, I couldn't attend.
Okay. So please share.
Madam, I was there.
You were there. Did they say anything about the quiz?
Yes, from our coordinator, he said we will write first quiz. Then, and the first quiz, we will come to the campus to write due to maybe challenges of the networks and the passcodes. Then the next one will be, I think, examination. Then we write another quiz before we end for the first block. Then we move on to the second block. That's what I heard.
Okay,
If they have not make any changes.
So one is face to face and the other one is online. If I'm understanding, as like I've heard something like that. That's why I just want. I'm not really sure about it, so that's why I wanted to clarify from you. So yes, you write 2 phases, then your plus your exams.
Yes.
Hello, madam. Hello, madam.
Yes,
Please,
madam.
so can we get soft copy of your course?
Which one?
The curriculum study course for so that for me I don't have anything to read on.
Soft copy of.
Yes. Okay. Let me say the slides or the whole course.
Okay, so I give you They will share it with the patient. Which center are you?
Techima Center.
The Richard has said, or
Mm.
you can text him and then if you join later, I can take
Is it a coordinator?
no, the course rep.
Hey, I don't even know my course rep because me, I'm in Kintampo. I don't know my course rep. Even talk.
Hello, madam.
Okay, master, you are my course rep.
Yes, I'm the course rep. So please.
You okay?
Yeah.
Because me, I'm just a newcomer. I'm in Kintampo.
Okay.
Then you have to give me your contact so that we communicate.
Okay.
Yeah,
I am sharing my contact in the in-course chats or messages, so you can take it from there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Madam Grace.
Yes, madam. Madam, please say the link, what center is part. So when I tap on it, I realized I'll end up learning here. But I realized that when you were giving the discussion, the centers were only 3 that you mentioned. So I'm confused. I don't know whether I'm making the mistake or.
Okay, so you see, it's an online class, so you can join any, but you are given a specific link to use. So those here are Zenith Center. These centers are Zenith, Riverview, and then Techiman. So if you are in one, just look at where WA is, and then you join that link.
Okay, this is where I tap, madam.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why the network. I don't know where the link. So what most matters is you have acquired your knowledge. Okay, you have acquired what you are supposed to do.
Okay,
so this is what you need to write to pass your exams.
Okay.
Make sure that whatever information that you have gathered, whatever you have learned, you can be used.
Okay, madam.
Exams. That's what.
Okay, madam. Madam,
And
thank
just
you.
like tap the link you see.
Okay.
Find the
Madam,
link
thank you very much.
so that you
Please,
know
is
you
that the wrong link? Please check
Okay.
again.
Okay.
So that you can use it and then you can familiarize yourself with them better.
Okay. Then thank you very much.
WA is part of UCT.
Okay, I think next time she will check all those things before joining.
Okay. Then thank you.
So we've come to the end of our meeting for this year. Okay, God willing, next year we may meet in the beginning or at the latter part of the year. So thank you everyone for having this meeting with you, and then enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, it's bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, madam. Bye.
Class, let's appreciate our madam. Let's appreciate her, please.
Sir Richard.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Florence. What?
I can hear audio.
So please, those who just joined last week and this week, I'll share the slides again since the commencement of the program. I'll share all the slides again so that you can have a look at all of them.
Richard. Please, have we heard
Hello,
anything
madam.
about the practicals?
Next week for.
Please, what did you say? The practicum.
Hello, Sir Richard.
Hello, madam.
Please, can I get your number so that we communicate?
Okay, this is Felicity.
Yes, please.
I have shared my number on this platform.
on this platform.
Yes, go to in-call messages.
In-call messages.
Yes.
Okay.
Richard.
Hello, madam.
So, the information I got from a friend yesterday. She went to our campus, first, Chesimai campus, and they said, Madam Felicity, can we make your distance for us? So, per the information I got yesterday from a friend, the coordinator said, Techimai campus, the Vodafone network is not good. So, those of us who are using the Vodafone for the network distance, we should change to MTN rather. So, those who are going to come to Techimai next week, we should prepare for the network issues. That's what I got from a friend from different course.
Oh, Madam Charity, thank you very much. What you are saying is true.
Because I'm using Vodafone.
We have been going to the Techman Center for the face-to-face clothing. And the network for Vodafone is very, very bad there.
Okay.
Very, very bad. So I think you've done well by raising this issue. Please, if you are on Vodafone, switch to MTN before you come.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Then I think you meet us or you chat with us on the platform, Techima Center, before next 2 weeks. So.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll do that, please.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
So please, I asked for the details of all those in the Techima Center, and I've only had a handful of you. So please, the others should do well to let me have the list, please.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
hello.
Please. The kiosk has been videoed and put on the main platform, main home accounts platform it's in a video form, the process of how to go about it. Please, let's all make sure we master it before coming next 2 weeks. Next week and also next 2 weeks for the exams. At least every day when you watch it, it will help us to get it easy. Thank you.
Hello, please. I can't find your number there.
Hey, the number is there. The number is there.
I can't find it.
It's there. Go to message. Message.
Yes.
Under your screen there are some 3 dots.
3 dots.
Yes. And not
then in-call message. I went there.
You don't see messages there. There are messages there.
Madam from Kintampo.
Yes.
Please, your name.
Please, my name is Paulina. Paulina.
I even said my contacts at the
You say I should call.
Yes, please. I'm also from Kintampo.
Are you also from Kintampo? Correct. I've been looking for somebody from Kintampo.
Yes, please.
Okay. Then we will meet.
So, all right. So you call when you say.
Are we meeting next week? Are we going? Are we meeting at the Mr.
For the three.
Not are we supposed to go to the
today?
The various practical lessons will communicate in due time. So let's wait because of the week.
Okay. Because this is we are meeting next week.
Okay, please, guys. We shall meet again. Bye for now.
Right.
Funny, she wants to be able to do. Join for each other, different center for I want to hear her.